you know, and after all that we ended up in Brent Knoll, which was good.
Right. Good evening, everyone. If we make a start, it's 7 o'clock. And I welcome you to the Brent Knoll Parish Council annual Parish Council meeting. I've been told there's no members of the public wanting to address us before we start. Okay. In which case, we'll move on to the first item on the agenda, which is to elect a chairman of the Parish Council for the year 24-25, at which point I need to hand over to Malcolm to cover that role.
That particular process. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Malcolm.
The first item on the agenda is to elect a chairman for the Parish Council 24-25 year. Do we have any nominations, please?
Mr. Chairman, can I recommend Councillor Filner to be our chairman for the year 2024-25?
Seconder. Thank you. Can I have a show of hands?
You haven't voted.
Just as well as I know.
Well seen.
That was it.
Then I hand over the chair to Mr. Filner.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you all very much.
If you would like to sign the
I certainly
appropriate document,
thank you very much.
very obviously. And I will sign it as well. There we are. Members of the public, that's the declaration has been signed. Okay.
Thank you very much. Next item on our agenda is the apologies for absence. Have we received any apologies?
Yeah, we've received apologies from Melina Kingscote, John Matthews, possibly late arrival from David Knott, Jane Gray, who's been unwell. Melina and John are giving their reasons as personal reasons. So that's 4.
I think David Fizzy was possibly late because of work,
Working.
and obviously James was
James' health issues,
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah.
Our members are happy that we accept those apologies. It's clearly carried. Thank you very much. We then move on to declarations of interest, and I think we've got an item related to
Yeah, an item related to that. Some of you may recall that in October 2022, the Parish Council sought legal advice on matters where a member has a shareholding interest in the Brent Knoll Community Shop. The Council resolved to delegate the powers of granting dispensation to the clerk, as outlined in the minute below. And on that particular minute, 9122, on the 5th of October, we stated that we resolved that the Council delegates the power to grant dispensation to the clerk. The power rests with the authority under Section 33(1) of the Localism Act 2011, and the basis set out under 33(2). The resolution was agreed unanimously whilst the clerk is in post, but will be reviewed on any future change of clerk. That was what we agreed in 2022. Now, subsequent to that, since that time, Bob has declared dispensation right the way through since October 2022, right up to March this year, when Bob's shareholding became lower than the threshold of 1%, so no longer needed to do that. However, there are some slight changes to these declarations and dispensations, and so I'm asking the parish tonight, the Parish Council tonight, to resolve a new clause taking us forward to make sure we cover the changes that have been made. And I'm going to read it out to you. The clerk under delegated powers agreed under a resolution in October 2022 under minute number 9122 grant dispensation, and this is the difference, grant dispensation on a DPI, disclosed for procurement interest, but at the time did not include ORI and NRI because that wasn't deemed to be necessary. it now seems to be the case that it is, so we've now added that to the clause. And this is declared to the following members of the Parish Council: Councillor Filmer, Councillor Gray, Councillor Townsend, Councillor Matthews. This dispensation will allow full participation in all matters appertaining to the community shop on this agenda and any subsequent agendas. This dispensation is granted on the grounds of interest to those persons living in the community and in the interest of providing community benefit. It also removes the possibility of a council meeting becoming non-quorate, and the shop has received a very high level of support as outlined in public engagement exercise in November 2022. So it's really a belt and braces change just to ensure that we fully comply with all of the types of interest that could be declared. Whereas, and before, only Bob actually needed to claim the dispensation, but now all members need to do so who have an interest in the shop going forward. And that will become a dispensation agreed at each meeting whilst the shop is still current on our agenda. Is that okay? So I just need somebody to resolve to approve that, the whole meeting to resolve to approve that clause going forward.
So effectively what we're saying is each meeting will do a mass dispensation for all shareholders.
That's it. That's it. Yeah. You know, those particularly those four named ones. The other two, of course, are no longer with us. So it's those four that are listed.
Okay. Were we in breach of any restrictions before? We weren't, were we?
No. We took advice back in October 2022. Both Bob and myself took separate advice. I took it with SELT. Bob took it with the then Central District Council. And there does seem to have been some confusion and uncertainty, not so much in the actual clause itself, but just in terms of what was required under the dispensation clause. We certainly have not been in breach of any rules. Everything we've done was exactly as we were invited to do so and requested to do so. What this does, it just gives us a bit of a belt and braces approach to it, so we can't go forward with any doubts.
Yeah, makes sense.
So can we vote for proposal? Thank you. Malcolm seconded. Thank you. All those in favour that is adopted?
Okay.
That's clearly carried unanimously.
Mr Chairman, that the onus is still on a councillor to actually declare that. And I'm not quite sure what any effect that would have for failing to declare it.
So I think that the dispensation as such will mean that in effect you know that the councillors that have previously been declaring the ORIs, the interest, won't have to declare it anymore, because in effect we have given the dispensation to cover that ORI, so it will just be reporting at the beginning of each meeting that those councillors have got the dispensation. And obviously if there were any other councillors to come on who would need to be covered by that, we would need to pass, or Owen would need to decide whether he's allowed them to be added to that dispensation.
And it only lasts for 4 years as well. It only goes up to 2026. So after that, it would need to be re-claused, so to speak. I'm not sure if that's a word or not, but yes, we'll need to have a fresh resolution, let's put it that way.
Okay.
And of course, if you have a new clerk, that would also need to be amended.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. So on the declarations of interest, so obviously there are now, Councillor Townsend and myself are both covered by the dispensation that's been mentioned tonight relating to the shop. I need to also declare my normal declaration in terms of an ORI for the parish hall as a trustee, and also I need to add a new one, which is I'm now a representative on the Somerset Playing Fields Association, put there by Somerset Council. So that is, if anything comes up relating to that, and obviously my normal declaration for Somerset Council. Anybody else with any declarations that they need to declare tonight? Okay, excellent. That takes us on to the minutes. So you've got 2 sets of minutes that have been circulated. The first is for the 3rd of April. Are there any amendments to that set of
I
minutes?
assume nobody spotted the fact that the first set of minutes I sent through were both the same. They were both dated the 17th, and in fact included the 3rd because I'd overwritten them. I see. That has been corrected, but you know, just a test, that's what it was really.
If there's no amendments, can I have a proposal that they're a true and accurate record? Thank you, I should sign them as such. All those in favour, please show. That's carried.
I'm told we should now revert back to signing every page again. We did start the practice at one time, we were told that was the right thing to do. Now it's every page.
Interesting, they've just introduced that at Somerset as well.
So they keep on changing things. We are. That satisfies the auditor.
And that then takes us on to the 17th of April minutes, which, yeah, I'm trying to think who was that? Yes, we have got people who were present for that. So those who were present at that meeting, which was the very swift planning meeting before the annual parish meeting, are there any amendments? I think it's only Malcolm and...
Yeah, we were there.
Yeah. So are you happy that they're a true and accurate record? In which case, would one of you like to propose it?
Yeah.
Thank you, Amanda. And all those in favour, please show. That's carried, clearly. Is this the...
Just one page on that. Okay.
That takes us on to elections for the various working groups. The first item on the agenda is Vice Chairman. I would like to take the opportunity to propose David Knott as Vice Chairman. He has indicated he would be willing to serve. Are there any other nominations? In which case, all those in favour that David becomes Vice Chair? That's unanimous. Absolutely.
Well, you to that.
Turn up one time.
We're trusting that you did say it was good.
Okay, that takes us on to then the planning team, which was...
Councillor Gray, Councillor Townsend and Councillor Knott.
Okay.
I'm happy to do that with David again, if you'd like to.
Yep, I've had no reason to say that not, and again, Jane hasn't said that she doesn't wish to continue.
No,
So,
Jane's quite happy as far as I know.
so those are members happy that we elect those three members on block to continue. All those in favour, then please show.
Yep.
Excellent. Then we come to footpaths. Currently we have, it's normally three members, we currently have Jane and Amanda as the two that are...
Aid was the third one, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
We're no longer with us, no longer in the council with us. Sorry.
I'm happy to carry on with the part.
Okay.
I'm happy to help Amanda with that. So
Yeah, you walk
use
a lot,
passport, footpaths.
Okay. Is there a proposal then that we have Amanda, Colin and Jane as those three representatives?
Yep.
Malcolm. Okay, all those in favour please show. That's clearly carried. Which brings us on to highways. We had two members on highways last time originally, which was Adi and Malcolm. We've only got Malcolm now. We don't necessarily need to fill both roles today because we will be appointing hopefully later in the year some more, unless anyone else was very keen to take on the role. If not, in the meantime, would someone like to propose then that Malcolm continues along with Malcolm is happy to do that? Highway rep.
Yeah, I'll propose Malcolm.
Excellent.
Please.
All those in favour of that, please show.
Okay.
Clearly carried. Thank you, Malcolm. The building project group, that is currently being Malcolm, myself and Colin.
I propose that stays the same.
Any other propositions? If not, all those in favour of that, please show. That's carried. The shop working group we have two members left on that at the moment, which is David and Amanda. Were there any other proposals?
I'm happy to carry on it.
And I believe, Andy, you would.
I'm happy to support if they wish my help, yes.
Is there a proposer to that effect? So that's Malcolm proposing David, Amanda and Andy. Okay. All those in favour please show. Okay, fine. And then we have the staffing and audit group, which currently is three members, but we're down to two, which is currently myself and Colin.
Yeah.
I propose Andy joins.
Okay. Is that
Yeah, I would accept that.
okay? So we have a proposer from Amanda that it is myself, Colin and Andy.
Yeah.
Okay?
It's probably the least onerous of all the groups because we only read twice a year on that. So.
All those in favour of that, please show them, please. Okay, great. Then we move on to signatories.
Which we've got three at the moment. We've
So
got
it's-
Amanda, we've got Colin and obviously Bob.
Yeah.
Um,
There was a proposal last year.
John?
no, he couldn't manage the internet banking.
David was going to at one time, but I don't know that he ever.
No,
Completed
well,
it.
Tracy was also considered at one stage. So we do need a fourth one.
I think David was going to do it, but I don't think he ever ended up getting either sent something or...
Paperwork or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm happy to go with whoever wants. I mean, Andy, would you use internet banking? You're okay with internet banking?
I am, yeah.
So
Okay.
basically,
Yeah.
what it involves is when we
It's quite
pass the
easy.
resolutions to make payments, Owen will set up those payments on the internet banking. Then two of us have to go in and authorise it because it's got to be signed off by two members.
Okay,
So it's perming at the moment 2 from 3, but if one or two of us are away, it can cause a bit of problems, and having a fourth would be really helpful.
fine. Yeah.
Okay. They'll send you, the very relevant paperwork and so forth.
Okay, can I propose then that, thank you Malcolm, that Andy, Amanda, Colin and myself are the 4 signatories to continue. Okay. SALC. SALC was myself and the LCM representative was Colin last year. So if we take SALC first, is anyone else wanting, or is, I'm happy to carry on
We
with
haven't had
SALC.
many meetings.
We haven't had many